Hi everyone, welcome to today's session. In today's session, we'll be talking about the Global AI Summit which happened from 10th of February to 11th of February 2025 at Paris, France. The summit is over. We'll delve into the major highlights, what was major statements given by the Prime Minister Modi, what was the take of France and other countries, and why on certain particular points US did not agree, or rather it was not even the part of the declaration. US and UK did not sign the major declaration, the joint declaration, or the statements for that matter. And what was this important word which everyone was talking about? Tech sovereignty, which India was also pushing. And even it was like Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, spoke about tech sovereignty, and then India was also pushing about it and talking about this. So let's move into details of today's session. First of all, let's talk about the Paris AI Summit, the basic facts regarding it. So France hosted the third International AI Summit from 10th of February to 11th of February 2025 to promote global cooperation in AI development. So, and this AI Summit was co-chaired by India and France at Grand Palais, Paris, and the next global summit on AI would be happening in India. So this summit builds on the previous AI summits. The first summit happened in UK, that was November 2023, and South Korea, May 2024. If you go back into the history of the first two summits, that was more from the point of view of safety, security, because the disruption which has happened in the last couple of years, first AI summit is also known as AI Safety Summit, and focus was how to control and specifically regulate the frontier AI systems which can be used for terrorism, crime, how advanced AI can also be used for dangerous purposes. So the first AI Summit 2023 UK and Bletchley Park Declaration. If you go in the history of Bletchley Park, if you go into the history of Alan Turing, who is also known as the father of modern artificial intelligence, Bletchley Park is also known as where actually artificial intelligence was born. So these are certain facts, you can go and read about them. So 28 countries including India, US, UK, EU and China signed the Bletchley Park Declaration, and rather the Bletchley Park is very famously associated with the Second World War, where Alan Turing and his team was able to break the German Enigma code, and which effectively helped the Allied powers to win over the Axis powers and defeat Germany and other countries. So the declaration aimed to regulate frontier AI systems, advanced AI to prevent misuse, terrorism and crime, how this frontier AI technology from deepfakes to many other things can be used for cyber crime, terrorism, organized crime, etc. So the first AI summit focus was the safety part. If you move towards the second one, 2024 Seoul, here the focus changed to develop AI with transparency. You know that every country should get access to develop their artificial intelligence. It highlighted the need for responsible AI development. If you see artificial intelligence in the country which are leading it, the number one country is America, second country is China, third country is UK, and the fourth country is India as per some of the rankings. But the difference between US, China and the other countries is a lot. And America is the frontier country or front leading country when it comes to artificial intelligence. We've already seen that the America is trying to snub China, or they are trying that the China does not get access to the sophisticated NVIDIA chips or the technology around the artificial intelligence, and America wants to have total hegemony over artificial intelligence technology. You can also say some kind of technology imperialism or artificial intelligence imperialism. That is why in the second AI summit, it was AI with transparency. Everybody should get access to it. And most importantly, how artificial intelligence from OpenAI to different companies, how are they getting so much of data? What is the source of this data? So this was majorly in the second AI summit. And in the terms of today, if I see US is leading it, China is also catching up. With the coming of DeepSeek, it has created global turmoil or global ripples because of the cost. It was able to create within $6 million. But if you go in the cost of Gemini, the OpenAI created the chat GPT, the humongous amount and billions of dollars were spent to create these AI systems. But on the other hand, China has proven that with a bare minimum amount of funding also, you can create good AI systems. So America would be hoping that, China does not succeed in the AI race, but on the other hand, China might have different kind of plans. Now moving towards the third AI summit, which happened at Paris, co-hosted by France and India. Very important statements were given by the Prime Minister. Among them, the most important was that technology won't eliminate jobs, calls for inclusive AI governance. So these were two important things. And even if you see the joint declaration, it talks about inclusivity and sustainability regarding the artificial intelligence. So when you talk about jobs, he was basically saying that when technology change, yes, the nature of the jobs will be changing, but it does not mean that all the jobs will be wiped out. Yes, certainly you need to upskill yourself, otherwise there can be problems. So the Prime Minister spoke about AI governance beyond risk and rivalries. Prime Minister speaking at AI Action Summit in Paris emphasized governance framework should focus on inclusive global AI standards rather than just managing risk and rivalries, rather than fighting each other, that which we are seeing in the case of China, or for that matter America, even the Europe Mistral system. Mistral is the, you can say, GPT version of Europe, for that matter, you can say that. So the Prime Minister was focusing that, rather than fighting or bickering with each other over artificial intelligence, it is important that we have inclusive global AI standards, because tomorrow you never know how this artificial intelligence race will go. It is important to have some kind of regulation, some kind of governance, and the countries should come together rather than having rivalries and just managing risk. Second important thing, in India's leadership, India pushing for AI accessibility for the global south. Even if you see the BRICS summit, with the 16th BRICS summit which happened in Kazan, Russia last year in October 2024, there also, and in multiple summits, the Prime Minister keeps on talking about global south. See, when you talk about global south or global north, this is not from the point of view of geography. If you see geographically, China, India would be coming in the northern hemisphere. But when you talk global south, India, China forms part of global south. Basically, these are those countries which used to be least developing countries, or developing countries, or who were imperialized, colonized, and now when they got independence, they were not able to have access to top platforms like IMF, World Bank, G7, or which were dominated by developed countries. And these global south countries, or these countries which were LDCs or developing in nature, they've never had access to this kind of technology, this kind of money, power, and global groups. Now, India, China are among those countries which are leading these countries that the access to artificial intelligence should also be given to global south countries. It should not be only to the most powerful countries in the world, which might be US, or for that matter, even China has a great access to artificial intelligence. So India was again talking about inclusivity when it comes to artificial intelligence. Global south also needs to have the access to artificial intelligence. So technology and jobs, Prime Minister dismissed fears of AI driven job losses, I've already told you, stating that historically new technologies create new types of jobs, making reskilling essential. So absolutely, see, certain kind of jobs, when artificial intelligence is coming, will become redundant in nature. But as a new industry comes, or as a new technology comes, new auxiliary industries will be created. For example, if a military complex comes, and for example, I'll give you a simple thing. Say, India says that India and America has a deal, and America says that F-35 would be made in India and a military complex would be created. When a military complex would be created, multiple parts would be required, and because of that, there would be small industries or small companies which might start producing that. For example, if a building is established, people come there, around that area, certain small places, some certain small eating joints also come. So these are called auxiliary industries. For example, if there's a manufacturing happening of clothes, then you need so many things for producing clothes, shirts, pants, trousers, so many things. So these are auxiliary industries. Similarly, if we see artificial intelligence, as the artificial intelligence industry would get established, multiple other auxiliary industries will come. See, change is part of our lives, and as technology changes, we also need to reskill ourselves, or we need to increase our skill sets. Otherwise, obviously, you will become redundant, or you will be thrown out of the system, or you will become obsolete. So it is important that reskilling or increasing your skill sets as per the advancing new technology comes would be needed to be done. That was said by the Prime Minister. So cross-border collaboration between various countries. AI development involves global interdependence requiring pooled resources and talent. And most importantly, the Prime Minister was talking about it should be an open AI pool, so that many other countries can access. Many countries, specifically from global south, might not have the top resources or money to create on their own. So they need to have the access to this global AI pool. So PM at the AI Action Summit, or the Paris Summit, spoke about 4 important pointers from the India point of view. Was open source AI system to enhance trust. Even if you see DeepSeek, in the context of DeepSeek, that is also open AI, open source AI. Quality data sets free from biases. Now, why biases? For example, we are getting a data set from China. Now, in the database which you are getting from China, or if you're getting a data set which is from America, now the America data set is biased towards the Americans or biased towards the Chinese, similarly from China or from any other country. So if you get biased data, whatever would be the end product, that would not be giving you a transparent result or what the user is looking for. So it is important to get unbiased data. Quality data sets would be required, because at the end of the day, artificial intelligence would be working the data which is given to it. If the data is compromised, which we are seeing in the case of DeepSeek, if you ask DeepSeek any questions related to India or the Northeast states, or any questions related to Xi Jinping or China, you will see that DeepSeek will not be answering it. So that shows that it is biased towards that kind of data. Now, The third is democratization of AI for people-centric application. Democratization of AI means that the accessibility of AI should not be only with China or for that matter Americans. The other global south or other countries and the people in other countries should also have access to this. And we need to find real-time applications of AI. One great area where AI can be used is the medical or the hospitals, where a huge amount of data can be processed by AI, which can help doctors, surgeons, and many others in the medical sector. Fourth is sustainable artificial intelligence addressing high energy consumption through green energy solution. Now, for this, I would like to add a line. Now, once the Donald Trump won the election, and even before the election, he said, drill, baby, drill. His focus is on using fossil fuels. Now, a huge amount of energy and electricity is required when the processing of data happens from the AI, and data centers are required. Now, when you need these data centers, they use huge amount of electricity. Now, Donald Trump is telling of using fossil fuels, oil and gas to run these data centers, which eventually will affect the or enhance the climate change. As we already know that Donald Trump does not believe in anything called climate change. So even if he's excelling in one technology, that is coming at a cost of ruining the Mother Earth. On the other hand, the Prime Minister and even the President of France was talking about, we already have International Solar Alliance, and France is also focusing a lot on nuclear energy, which might be better for running these data centers rather than using fossil fuels. And that is the reason that Emmanuel Macron also said that we do not believe in drill baby drill, we believe in plug baby plug. So that has also become a very famous line. So India's AI leadership, if we talk about, so AI adoption, India is a global leader in AI adoption, particularly in techno-legal solution for data privacy. And for that, we have also proven this, referencing the Digital Personal Data Protection Rules 2025. When it comes to public-private AI model, India has a unique AI ecosystem which is very affordable in nature. Even if you see our Mangalyaan or our ISRO space missions, they are much more economical. And if you compare it to the NASA models or NASA's missions, I should not use the word, but they're very cheaper compared to them. And to be honest, very successful also. That we have seen in the Mangalyaan mission also, we have seen in Chandrayaan also. And if we see Chandrayaan 3, we were the only one which landed on particular side of the moon, right? So that can be also replicated in the artificial intelligence also, and I'm sure we would be able to do it. If China can do it, China has already set the standards by making the DeepSeek under $6 million. I'm sure India would also be able to do. Third is indigenous AI development. India is building its own large language LLM model to cater to linguistic diversity. So LLM models are needed, GPUs are needed for your artificial intelligence, and India is already working on it. We have our own AI mission, and in the coming days, we'll see a lot of news coming from that, which we would be covering in the upcoming sessions. Now, next important thing which was spoken at the Global AI Summit or the Paris AI Summit was tech sovereignty. So I think the word itself tells you technology sovereignty, that every country should have technology sovereignty. Every country should have strategic autonomy when it comes to technology. So on this, during the third summit, which just finished, French President Macron pushed for tech sovereignty. So what is tech sovereignty? It is a country's ability to control, develop its own technology for economic, political, and social well-being. That means you can develop your own technology for your economic usage, political usage, social well-being. And Germany is also given a simple definition. It's like kind of technology autonomy. You can create your technology as per your own usage for your own people. Ability of a state or a country to implement policies without being dependent on foreign technology. For example, right now, when it comes to AI, it is being dominated by the Americans. On second number, it is by Chinese. But when it comes to global south, I'm not even talking about India, UK, or some other advanced countries in Europe, but all these global south countries might not have the access to this kind of technology. But tomorrow, if they want this technology, they should be able to create on their own. They should have sovereignty. They should have tech sovereignty. They should have strategic autonomy over this technology. So it is linked to terms like strategic autonomy, digital sovereignty, and regulatory sovereignty. In terms that in future, there shouldn't be any society created or some pact created that only 5 of these countries will have artificial intelligence and no one else will have it. Okay, from that point of view. So the concept gained importance due to Western sanction on countries like Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, Russia, on AI and other technologies. So if these countries can be put under sanctions related to technology, in future many other countries can be. So if you go in the nuclear arsenal history, we have seen through the NPT and the other treaties, this has been done, right? Why only 5 major powers were allowed to have the nuclear arsenal for that matter? So in this context, it becomes that tech sovereignty should be given importance. So this was also one of the most important agendas which was discussed at the Global AI Summit in Paris. So what was India's perspective? Obviously, India was pushing for tech sovereignty, alignment with Digital India and initiatives in artificial intelligence, semiconductor manufacturing, cyber security, that we need our independence, we need our strategic autonomy when it comes to artificial intelligence, or for that matter, any upcoming technologies. So Digital Personal Data Protection DP Act 2023 allows India to regulate data sharing with other nations. Again, it is our wish with whom we want to share our data. India's involvement in global AI and digital policies reflect its growing focus on technological self-reliance. So yes, when it comes to China and America, we might be behind them in artificial intelligence, but we are putting a huge amount of capital, money, getting the NVIDIA chips, GPUs and everything, so that even our AI structure can take leap and bounds and move forward. So India's perspective is very clear when it comes to tech sovereignty, digital sovereignty, that it is yes for them, that they believe in tech sovereignty. Now let's move to the next important part, Indo-French AI collaboration. So a lot of meetings between India and France happened. I would be taking a separate session on also what is the current update on the India-France relations, what happened on the sidelines of meeting, and where and with whom the Prime Minister met, and what were the important statements given by the Prime Minister and the President Macron. Okay, so when it comes to specifically to artificial intelligence, hybrid AI policy roundtable. So a policy roundtable happened between India and France on democratizing AI access, that AI access should be democratized. Everyone should have access to it. Capacity building, how capacity or human resources or technology or the products needed for AI can be built, and techno-legal framework surrounding this. Okay, International Solar Alliance, again, this is from the point of view of that India and France, the data centers are needed to run the AI systems. So India and France believe that we need to use clean energy rather than using fossil fuels or oil and gas, which will only lead to climate change, enhancing the climate change or increasing climate change. So Modi highlighted India-France cooperation in green AI solution, renewable energy, addressing the energy intensity of AI data centers. When it comes to International Solar Alliance, this was signed in 2015. It came in 2015 at the Paris climate change. So again, Paris is coming again. So in 2015 and in 2025. So drill baby drill to plug baby plug. So this was a statement given by the Emmanuel Macron. He said that here we don't need drill baby drill, we believe in plug baby plug. So he also spoke about using nuclear energy, or for that matter renewable energy, which can be used, or solar energy, for giving the energy or the electricity needs which the AI system needs. Now, final outcome of the summit. So around 58 countries, including India, China, Brazil, France and Australia, they signed it. A lot of tech, tech CEOs were there. Sam Altman was there. Many other top leaders were there. But some of the people which were expected were not there. Was Elon Musk, who might be said tech guru, or right now the right-hand man of Donald Trump. Donald Trump was also not there. And US and UK were not even part of the declaration. They believed that rather right now we should not be regulating the artificial intelligence. It should be open. And that was majorly the thought of the Donald Trump, or for that matter America. And America was represented by the Vice President of America, J.D. Vance. He was there. He also met Prime Minister Modi. So in the global joint statement on inclusive and sustainable artificial intelligence for people and the planet, again focus on inclusive, sustainable artificial intelligence at the AI Action Summit in Paris. More signatories may join later. Statement focus was on calls for AI that is human right based, ethical, safe, secure, trustworthy. So mostly inclusive, that everyone should get access to it. It should be human right based. It should be ethical, safe to use. See, if you go back from safety, first AI summit, which was also known as safety summit, which was talking about disrupting frontier AI technologies. Today it is moving towards regulation, inclusivity, sustainability. So the focus is changing because we now are accepting the changes which AI is bringing, and it will become part of our lives. Rather, it is already part of our lives. So it emphasized promoting accessibility, ensuring trust, safety, and narrowing inequalities in AI development. US and UK did not sign the statements, and they were notable absentees. So in the final outcome, economic and labor concentration was also done, that AI should not avoid market concentration, and also support the labor markets from the point of view of employment. Third global AI statement. See, third global AI statement we have already discussed, and certain pointers of the first global AI summit, that is the safety AI summit, and the second one at South Korea, first one at UK, second one at South Korea. Certain pointers from them was also taken. US opposition. So US opposition, this opposition was put by the US President, Vice President J.D. Vance also took a contrasting stance, emphasizing AI opportunity over AI safety. Right now, the focus is not over AI safety as per the Americans. They believe right now excessive AI regulation could stifle innovation. On the other hand, the other countries, 58 countries, including India, They said that sustainability is required, inclusivity is required, and safe AI is also required, because there has been multiple examples where AI systems have recommended suicide to children, and many of them have done suicide. So AI systems are not perfect in nature, and it is important to regulate them in certain sense. I'm not talking complete regulation. I'm just talking about from the point of view of what happened in the summit, that certain safety measure needs to be in place. But the America does not agree with this. They are right now for pro growth and deregulatory policies, and hence they did not become part of the declaration. So why US has not formally stated why it did not join the declaration, but maybe this is one of the reasons, or the Donald Trump is very close to the tech bros. They now have that their Stargate model where they would be putting around $500 billion, and then Sam Altman is part of it. So majorly, I think Donald Trump or the Americans might not be part of this, because they are the leading country on AI, and right now they don't want to regulate it. Probably if other countries start become very powerful in artificial intelligence, China, India, or many other countries, I can give you guarantee Americans will be the first one to talk about regulation, that this technology should not be going to other countries. So if the technology remains in the hand of Americans, weapons to any kind of technology, they become the father of that technology in controlling it, that they are the real messiah of that technology. So this kind of double standards of Americans have been exposed in the past also. So in summarized, if we see the conclusion or summary, Global AI Summit overview focused on global cooperation, AI development, inclusivity. That was the same thing which India also spoke about. Tech sovereignty was also important, focus from the point of view of strategic autonomy in technology, from the point of view of country having it. India's initiatives, India push for tech sovereignty, AI governance and collaboration. Summit outcomes and US opposition. So summit outcome is very clear towards, I've already explained to that, and Americans not going forward, because Americans right now is, since they are leading it, they want to focus more on the growth of AI rather than controlling it. So with this, we complete this session. I hope that you've enjoyed the session, you've liked the session, and please do like and share the session. Please press the bell icon, and we'll meet up in the next session. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind and take care.